Did you know that in this scene of Ted Lasso, the character jumps and hits his head, and this was in fact not in the script, but a real-life accident caught on camera? In fact, Jason Sudeikis, who portrays Ted Lasso, said in an interview that he actually got injured. Welcome back to another video, fellas, and in today's video, I'll share with you 10 plus 1 fan facts about one of my favorite shows, Ted Lasso. Plus 1 because one is going to be false. Something that I made up, and I challenge you to find which one is the false one and write in the comments below. I will reveal it at the end of this video, and so without further delay, are you ready? Let's go! Number 1. Ted Lasso is loosely based on the real-life manager. Yep, you heard that right. The fictional coach Ted Lasso is in fact based loosely on real-life German football manager Jurgen Klopp. Now of course Klopp, unlike Ted Lasso, is familiar with football and grew up playing the sport and is in fact one of the best coaches in the world. Now Klopp is known for taking his team, Liverpool FC, out for karaoke in order to boost team morale in 2018. This was reproduced in Ted Lasso, with Coach Lasso taking his team to do the same in Season 1, Episode 7, Make Rebecca Great Again. Jason Sudeikis said that as soon as he heard the true story, he immediately thought to include it in the show.
I'm the normal one, maybe, if you want this.
Number 2. Ted Lasso started as a commercial. Now, Ted Lasso was originally based on a character created by Jason Sudeikis for NBC Sports coverage of the Premier League in 2013. The promos proved to be a hit, with NBC doing another set of promos in 2014, which went viral on YouTube, creating a fan base well before the show's premiere in 2020. Number 3. Ted Lasso's star was initially hired as a writer. It's hard to imagine anyone else playing the grumpy captain of AFC Richmond, Roy Kent, but the actor who portrayed him, Brett Goldstein. And yet, Brett was initially hired only as a writer on the show. However, in writing Kent's character, Goldstein said he grew an attachment to the role and just started to think that he could play Roy. And so on his last day in the writer's room, Goldstein sent an audition self-tape to Bill Lawrence with an email saying, "If this is embarrassing, you can just pretend you never got this email." Luckily, the risk paid off and Goldstein got the role of Roy Kent. Number 4. Nick Mohammed and Phil Dunster auditioned for the role of Higgins. It feels odd imagining anyone else other than Jeremy Swift embodying Richmond's Leslie Higgins, yet quite a few other actors went up for the role. These included fellow Ted Lasso actor Nick Mohammed, who plays the lovable coach Nathan, and more surprisingly even Phil Dunster, who also auditioned for the role, before he eventually landed the role of star player and narcissist Jamie Tart. Number 5. Ted Lasso broke an Emmy record. The show has received a massive round of awards, with Ted Lasso's recognition reaching greater heights at the 73rd Emmy Award nominations. Ted Lasso scored an amazing 20 nominations for its first season, breaking the previous record of 19 set by Glee way back in 2011. These included nominations for Best Comedy Series, Best Leading Actor for Jason Sudeikis, Supporting Actress for Hannah Waddingham and Juno Temple, and 4 nominations for Supporting Actor for Brett Goldstein, Nick Mohammed, Brendan Hunt, and Jeremy Swift. It's apparently clear that football really is life to Emmy voters.
Football is life.
Number 6. Those delicious biscuits that Ted Lasso is always handing out were not so delicious. You know Ted's famous biscuits? Well, Hannah Waddingham, who plays club owner Rebecca Welton, has destroyed the illusion of the delicious biscuits her character obsesses over. In fact, the actress revealed that pretending the biscuits were delicious was definitely the greatest acting job in her life. She said it was like trying eating a bit of a dried out sponge that's been left in your bathroom in a tiny pink box. However, the actress later stated that the biscuits were improved and that they actually taste really nice. Number 7. Footballers on the show seem to be inspired by real-life footballers. The most obvious one is Roy Kent, and many fans have pointed out the connections between Roy Kent and real-life footballer Roy Keane, who excelled as the real-life team captain of Manchester United from 1997 to 2005. As Keane is noted for his highly competitive style of play and brash demeanor in real life, he and Kent clearly share more than a name in common. And now moving on to Jamie Tart, who is probably based a bit on David Beckham and of course the great Cristiano Ronaldo. Often regarded as one of the greatest footballers of our time and one of the most famous, Tart has been compared to Ronaldo for his tendency not to shy away from the limelight and often claim that he is the best, and yet he always supports his words with his excellence on the football pitch.
Here he comes. Oh my word! Can you believe?
Number 8. Java, aka Zlatan. The latest addition to the show is a footballer that appears in Season 3, Episode 2, a player called Java. This player that is always called Java by everyone, even by he himself, who talks about himself as Java in the third person. Now this is a strong reference to another of the greatest footballers of all time, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who, similarly to Java, has changed a whole lot of clubs in his career, and yet he has proved himself and won trophies in every single one. And also, the character Java also resembles Zlatan in appearance and in the way he speaks.
Of course. It's an honor for you to meet me.
It's safe to say you're a confident man. Would you say that?
I am Zlatan.
Number 9. Nelson Road is a real-life stadium. AFC Richmond's home games are played in a real football stadium, Selhurst Park. It's the home of real-world Premier League club Crystal Palace, which fans may recall beating AFC Richmond in Season 1. And that was deliberate. The prize for using their stadium came with a condition that Crystal Palace had to win if AFC Richmond played Crystal Palace on the show. Ha! Isn't that interesting? Number 10. Disney initially rejected Ted Lasso's request to use Let It Go. Disney is rumored to be very strict about letting shows that are on a rival network use their stuff. And so when Ted Lasso's producers asked for permission to use Let It Go in Season 1, the House of Mouse originally said no. It wasn't until Ted Lasso Productions sent a tape of Hannah Waddingham's performance in the scene that the Disney executives changed their mind. However, it is said that there is a version in which the actress sings Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive instead, which seems to be the show's backup choice. And number 11. The team AFC Richmond is a real-life football club. Even though many sports shows often make use of fictional clubs to avoid any issues with licensing, this is not the case with Ted Lasso. AFC Richmond is in fact a real English football club who played in the English top-tier football division, the Premier League, for many years. AFC Richmond to this day remains a highly respected football club in real-life England. And that is all, everyone. Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on Apple's Ted Lasso? Have you watched it yet? Let me know in the comments. And of course, have you identified which one of these 11 facts is the false one? Stay till the end to find out. Till the next one, have an amazing time, and I'll see you all later. So, if you are still watching, number 11 is the false one. AFC Richmond is not a real football club.